It's been a seriously good week for fans of The World Ends With You. In fact, it's kind of weird to see all the conversation from 2007 and 2008 back in the limelight again. TWEWY defines the late 2000s for a lot of people, from the fashion to the music to the attitude. That was a time when Neku was cool. But playing the game now feels a bit like a time capsule, which is great, but fans have been secretly hoping, no matter how unlikely, that we'd eventually see more. And despite how rubbish a year 2020 has been, we have been offered both an anime series and a brand new game. The World Ends With You was specifically made to take advantage of the Nintendo DS hardware, and the game was crafted around these specifications. So it's a testament to the quality of the story and art design that the brand has expanded beyond its original purpose like this. The original game featured a bunch of original 2D illustrations and graphics, but for something cinematic like the anime adaptation, they opted to have it be a mix between 2D and 3D. So basically, outside of battle, Neku and his friends will be animated in 2D, but when they start battling, they're rendered out in 3D. But the 3D in this case is animated in a way that it's hard to tell it apart from the original 2D animation. It's produced by a company called Domerica, who've mainly done work for other companies and generally don't handle big projects like this on their own, but it's clear that they've spent a lot of time experimenting here to keep the action looking stylish. The World Ends With You is by no means an easy thing to adapt, but through this hybrid animation, it works surprisingly well. 3D is often criticized for being emotionless, but this is anything but. And it's only just the beginning, because the recent trailer for the new game Neo: The World Ends With You shows off a new direction for the game entirely. This time it's 3D characters in a 3D world battling in 3D. But the conversations are just like the original, with Tetsuya Nomura's stylish illustrations and character designs. In fact, one of the things they wanted to achieve with the anime was to make Shibuya feel more modern, and they've done the same here, both in terms of how the game is produced and the setting. The most obvious here is the image of the new Shibuya Parko building, but you can also see the difference in fashion between the two games. And like the anime, the sequel is also working to recreate the original aesthetic in 3D. And one of the biggest accomplishments we've seen so far is in the battles. The effects still feel like the original with that cartoony stylish flair. But I do have one issue personally, and that's with the world. In the original games, the background art was exaggerated and heavily stylized, but the new game is more of a true-to-life version. And as you explore, Shibuya doesn't have the same kind of vibe that was such a big part of the original 2D background art by artist Takayuki Adachi. Although, since we're still half a year away from the release date, this might not be the final footage. Thanks for watching OTAQUEST in Japan. Feel free to subscribe to find out more about the art and creation of Japanese pop culture.